Israel wages a relentless war across the Middle East, targeting Iran, Gaza, and other adversaries with unyielding aggression, driven by its pursuit of a Greater Israel agenda. This campaign, far from a mere conflict, seeks regional dominance at the expense of global stability and American interests. The United States, bound by decades of political, financial, and military ties to Israel, stands complicit in this destruction, gaining no direct benefits while fueling unresolvable hatred. Over 20 million illegal immigrants, including potential Iranian operatives, have infiltrated the U.S. since 2021, exploiting a broken system. Israel's wars, enabled by American support, coupled with unchecked immigration and societal failures, exacerbated by women's voting, constitute a multifaceted betrayal of the American people, orchestrated by weak leadership and historical subversion. On June 12, 2025, Israel launched missile strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities and military targets, provoking a fierce retaliation from Iran, which fired ballistic missiles at Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. This escalation follows Israel's brutal campaign in Gaza, launched after the October 7, 2023, Hamas attack, widely criticized as a staged pretext for territorial expansion. The Gaza operation, claiming over 40,000 Palestinian lives, has cemented Israel's pariah status, yet its war machine persists, fueled by $310 billion in U.S. aid since 1948. American-supplied weaponry enables Israel to devastate its neighbors while evading accountability. Israel's role in proxy conflicts, such as Ukraine's war against Russia, reveals a broader strategy of global destabilization, reliant on U.S. backing secured through decades of political manipulation. The U.S. benefits indirectly from this chaos, as prolonged Middle Eastern conflicts weaken adversarial powers, aligning with a Western strategy to let nations annihilate each other. Israel's wars perpetuate enmity, ensuring Iran and its allies remain mired in unwinnable struggles. This approach backfires. Israel's influence over U.S. policy, honed since the 1960s when it acquired nuclear capabilities and deepened political leverage, embroils America in wars that drain resources and erode sovereignty. The 1963 assassination of President Kennedy marked a turning point, enabling legislative shifts like the 1965 Immigration and Nationality Act, which opened America to mass immigration and foreign subversion, including Israel's growing dominance. The immigration crisis stems from this betrayal. Between 2021 and 2025, over 20 million illegal immigrants entered the U.S., facilitated by the Biden administration's open border policies and a lack of national sovereignty rooted in decades of neglect. Among these are military-aged men, including suspected Iranian soldiers, posing a threat should the U.S. escalate involvement in the Israel-Iran war. The 1965 Act dismantled restrictive quotas, allowing Third World populations to flood the country, a policy unaddressed due to political cowardice. Local communities, misled by complicit leaders and charities, integrate these illegals, providing resources that sustain the invasion. This failure traces to the post-World War II era, when veterans, born in the 1910s and 1920s and influenced by elitist and communist ideologies from the late 19th century, enacted policies that eroded national cohesion. The American public, distracted by spectacles like the 250th Anniversary Army Parade, remains oblivious. These displays mask the reality that the U.S. has not won a significant war since World War II. The military should secure the borders, repelling an illegal invasion, yet leaders prioritize global interests. Women's voting worsens this crisis, fueling poor political decisions. Unlike Islamic nations where women's voting is restricted, Western countries suffer from women's emotional and immature agendas, often formed in adolescence. Men, pressured to align with these views for social harmony, perpetuate this decline, allowing adversaries to exploit vulnerabilities. The COVID-19 fraud, blindly accepted by a gullible populace, exposed this societal stupidity, as Americans embraced flawed vaccines and policies, revealing a nation of childlike idiots incapable of critical thought. The U.S. must end its support for Israel, which fuels wars that imperil American interests. Deportations should target the 20 million illegal entrants and citizens who aid them, approximately 300,000 individuals, or 1% of 1% of the population, should face banishment for treason. Women's voting must be reconsidered to restore rational governance. By extricating itself from foreign wars, securing its borders, and addressing societal failures, the U.S. can reclaim its sovereignty. Failure to act will consign the nation to collapse, manipulated by Israel and betrayed by its own leaders.